Hi there, English 101 students. Once again, this is your professor, Michael Bloomingberg. Now, if you haven't had the chance to do so yet, be sure to check out the syllabus video. It's posted in the syllabus area, but this is a separate video. And the purpose of this video is to introduce you to some of the various links within our Blackboard learning environment, and to focus in particular with course content in the week 1 folder. So you'll be able to understand exactly what's expected from you during this first week of the fall 2021 semester. So as you can see, I'm on Blackboard, and the important thing to note here is that when you first log into Blackboard, you're going to be automatically taken to the announcements part of our page. It basically serves as the landing station for our course. So far, I've posted one announcement, but I'll be posting a little bit more as we go through this first week. I try not to overwhelm you with announcements, but when I do send something out, it does tend to be pretty important, or at least something that I want to draw your attention to. So take time to look at the announcement. This first one was just essentially introducing myself and reminding you to begin your work in Start Here. So over here in the corner under announcements is the Start Here tab. So make sure that you begin there when you go into the Blackboard learning environment. In the Start Here tab, you're going to find information about the class. You'll find some more information about myself if you'd like to know a little bit more about me. My contact information. I reviewed that as well in the syllabus video, so I won't go through that again. Information about our class civility code. Please do look at that closely because it dictates our expectations of respect and how we're going to treat one another. And then beyond that, there's learner resource links that you might be interested in checking out, including links to things like the student code of conduct and how to download the Blackboard mobile app, which I recommend you do if you've not had the chance to do so yet. But yeah, I just wanted to review that with you. The syllabus tab is where you need to go after you review Start Here. As I mentioned, I've already posted a video for the syllabus. I might recommend that you kind of watch the video as you're reviewing your own copy of the syllabus. You don't have to do it that way, but you might find it helpful, especially since you have a syllabus discussion board assignment due this week. Now I'm going to skip course content because I'm going to come back to that in a second, along with the discussion board. I'll come back to those. There's a link for my grades. Now, obviously, there's nothing in there yet. You're going to see your first 2 assignments, but I can't actually review those until we're past due date. So stay tuned on that, but you can always go back and keep track of where you are at any point in time through that My Grades tab. Collaborate Ultra, we probably won't be doing a lot of work with that tab, but if we ever need to have a live get together or a conference, sometimes I do conference with my online students one-to-one, we'll do so using the Collaborate tab. There's a link for Smart Thinking. That's an online tutoring program that you can utilize free of charge in our class. So click it and just follow the instructions there. There's an Email Mr. Bloomingberg tab now. Email is the best way to contact me if you have any questions as you're going through each week. Best way to do that is just to click that Email Mr. Bloomingberg tab. It'll pull up the subject line, which is essentially the title of the email. And then there's a little box there for you to type your message, then just hit the submit button. Just be aware that when you hit the submit button, obviously it's going to send it to me. So just be careful not to hit that before you send your message. All right, so that's just some information about our learning environment and the series of links that you'll find in the corner navigation. These links will be constant throughout the semester, so I don't plan on taking them away or anything like that. So with that being said, I want to go back because we mentioned this, or I should say I mentioned this in the syllabus video. Our class is paced 1 week at a time. So we measure a week starting on a Monday morning and ending on a Sunday night, although I've opened things up early during this first week. But what you're going to want to do is go ahead and click in course content. You will get a weekly folder, and I always put the dates in which the folder corresponds. So this is only the first week of the semester, so you're only going to see the week 1 coursework folder at this point in time. But each Monday morning, this is where you want to go. Again, that's course content, and then when next Monday comes around, you'll see the week 2 folder, so on and so forth. Now let's take a look at what you're expected to do by clicking in the coursework folder for week 1. I always arrange these coursework folders to where you're working in a logical approach, starting at the top and working your way down. So always begin with the coursework sheet. When you click it, just like the syllabus, it's presented to you as both a Word document and a PDF. They are the exact same coursework sheet, just presented to you in different formats. All right, so I want to blow this up so it's a little easier to see, and then I'll scroll it over. And I probably blew that up a little too much, so I'll pull it back. But here's what the coursework sheet looks like. The coursework sheet, I've had students who've told me before that they like to actually print these out. It's kind of a checklist of here's what you need to do each week. It outlines it very clearly. Now, you don't have to print it. But a lot of students in the past, a lot of them have printed it, and I think it's easy to do. That way you could just X off or check mark it, whatever you want to do as you go through each assignment. Now for this first week, you have 2 discussion board assignments. That's it. That's going to take care of your work for the whole week. Now the first discussion board assignment is a class introduction assignment. Your posting, you need to have a posting, and we'll take a look at the discussion board in a moment, but your initial posting should be at least 100 words. That is your own introduction. And then you have to have a response to a classmate, or what I sometimes call a peer response. Please note that all your postings, your initial and your reply, should be 100 words. And for this class introduction one only, it's due Wednesday, August the 18th. So you don't want to delay. You want to get started right away with the work for this week. Now, remember that there's something called no-show reporting for our class. And any students who aren't working in the first week and meeting those deadlines may be reported as a no-show and removed from our class. And you don't want that to happen. So as long as you're logging in and completing your work on or before the due date, you'll be just fine. Now that's one discussion board assignment, class introductions. There is a second one related to the English 101 syllabus. And with this one, it's the same criteria, 100 words for your initial posting, 100 words in the form of a peer response. That's 2 separate postings. But notice your due date on the second one is Sunday, August 22nd. So you have more time to work through that one. Okay. So now I'm going to go back to the week 1 folder. Once you look at your coursework sheet and you say to yourself, okay, this week I have 2 discussion board assignments. So what do you do next? You can get to the discussion board a couple of different ways. Over here in the main corner navigation under course content is a link to the discussion board. Or that very same link is down here below the coursework sheet. I try to link it in a couple different ways just to make it easier for you to get to where you're needing to go. So I'm just going to click in the course work folder. And that's how you get to the discussion board. So with the class introduction assignment, it says take some time to give an extended introduction of yourself to the class. Feel free to share your experiences with English writing. You can share any information that would help us get to know you better. You can share what town you're from. You can share your academic major. You can share some things about your family. I did that in my introduction. You can't see it because I'm in student preview mode. That's another thing to note is down here, it says that you're gonna have to post your introduction before you'll be able to see what your classmates or I as your professor have posted. So you gotta post first and then it'll open up any responses or any postings, I should say, that have been generated. So again, that's due Wednesday. The second one about the syllabus says, upon reviewing the syllabus closely, and again, check out the syllabus video. I think you'll find that helpful. What specifics caught your attention? What information on the syllabus seems particularly important? How do you feel about our class now that you've had the chance to review the syllabus? Go through, answer those questions. Again, initial postings, 100 words or more, you can go over that. Same thing with your peer response, 100 words or more, you can go over 100 words. And you can also split your replies to include more than one classmate if you want to do that to meet your 100-word requirement for the peer response. Now, final thing I'll mention, I would highly recommend and encourage you to type your initial postings and your peer replies, for that matter, in Microsoft Word. The reason I recommend that is it'll give you the opportunity to save your work, whether it be to an external flash drive, to any kind of cloud service you may use. But that's my strong recommendation, is that you do that. I don't require it, but I do recommend it, because what you can do then, and I'm just going to click the link for class introductions. What you want to do when you're ready to post is click create thread. And then you have to give your initial posting a subject. Class introductions is what I would title this first one. If I could type, that would be great. Or class introduction. Then it's just going to be a matter of copying and pasting from your Word document over to this box. Now, I do not recommend you attach your Word document, because that gives your classmates an extra hoop that they have to jump through, and me for that matter, if I'm being honest. It gives us all an extra hoop we have to jump through to review your posting. And we really don't want that. So if you could just post it directly in the box, but the other advantage besides saving it in terms of completing it on Microsoft Word first is that it allows you to run spell check and grammar check and all that stuff before you copy paste it over. Because as soon as you hit that submit button, everyone in the class, including myself, will have the opportunity to see your work. So just an FYI about that. All right, there are a couple of discussion forums too down at the very bottom. We don't use these a whole lot. There's an Ask Mr. Bloomingberg forum. I'll get the word right in a second. And you could use that to ask me a question. I will be perfectly honest though, there are a couple of drawbacks to this. Number one, sometimes I just forget to see it. So you might email me first. Secondly, the second drawback is whatever you post here, everybody in the class is going to be able to see it. So if it's something that's a little more personal in nature, like why you were late turning in an assignment or you missed an assignment and you don't want the whole class to see that, then don't post there, just email me. And then there's a course chat room, and that's really for outside discussion if you want to post there to interact with one another. Certainly these two forums are just optional. You don't ever have to use them. And I think that's it. I think that's what I want to say. So I'm going to stop share. But, you know, this is what I'm looking for week one. If I can help you in any way at all, just feel free to email me. But super excited to work with you. And let me know if I can be of assistance, because that's what I'm here for. Looking forward to learn more about you too in your introduction. So that's it. Welcome to the fall 2021 semester. And welcome to your class. And if I can help you, email me. Have a good first week. Take care. Bye-bye.